Week 10 got underway last night with the Bengals loss, putting the Chiefs 4 games ahead of Cincinnati in the AFC. Can't say you'll find anyone in Kansas City upset about this. Now the Chiefs look to extend their lead in the West with the Broncos in town on Sunday. We check in with the team one more time ahead of the game right now. What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Happy Friday. I'm Hayley Lewis, and this is Chiefs News Daily. It's Broncos week. The Chiefs welcome Denver's Bo Nix to Arrowhead Stadium, where Steve Spagnuolo's defense has gone 12-2 against starting rookie QBs. Let us dive in and discuss, but first, give us a like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel, and let's get into it. It is Friday, you know the drill. Cue head coach Andy Reid for his weekly Fast Friday presser. We're going to jump right in. Here is Big Red bringing the Chiefs Kingdom all the updates ahead of Sunday's divisional match.
Turk practiced today, and did a pretty good job there. Look forward to the challenge of playing Denver. We know they're a good football team, so look forward to getting here and GH Field and Arrowhead Stadium, so in front of our crowd. Anyways, with that, time's yours.
We good today, guys?
Status will be good for Sunday.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, right now, see how it went here. Yeah,
How did Pat done with the ankle this week?
he's done a good job. Yeah, he hasn't missed anything, so he's done a good job with it.
Okay.
Yep, good.
Thank you.
How's it rolling?
You know when you discover a new binge-worthy show or a song that you bump on repeat and you have to share it with your friends so they can experience just how awesome it is? That's kind of what it feels like when you discover Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. That's such an awesome deal, there's no way you can keep it to yourself. Friends don't let friends overpay for wireless. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plan and switch to Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you and your squad with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/KCSNCND. That's mintmobile.com/KCSNCND. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/KCSNCND. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
All right, here's a look at the final injury report for both Kansas City and Denver. Game day designations are to the far right, and inactives are going to come out 90 minutes prior to kickoff on Sunday. So the Broncos are going to be the Chiefs' first divisional opponent they'll face at home this season. There's a lot of history between these two squads. Last season, the Broncos actually broke the Chiefs' 16-game win streak against Denver, but they've yet to win here in Kansas City since 2015. So let us bring in an expert to talk about Sunday's matchup. We got Dalton Wasserman from PFF joining me now to discuss what he expects to see out of Week 10. He's had quite a rookie season. Dalton, what are you seeing so far out of Bo Nix?
So he's getting a newer comfort level every week, right? I think it took him a few weeks to try to really figure out what NFL windows were. He's generally, even back in his days at Oregon, was a very conservative passer, and that's kind of how he wants to be now, but he was forcing the ball downfield a little bit early in the season. I think what you're seeing is a greater trust in what Sean Payton wants him to do, right? They want to run the football. They want to do some play action stuff. And really what he wants from him is just not turn the ball over, right? Denver knows they want to win low scoring games. They've got a really good defense that keeps them in games most weeks. And as long as Nix isn't making mistakes, which he's generally not a guy who's prone to making a lot of mistakes, then he keeps them in football games, right? And I think the other thing too that you're seeing is a reliance on his mobility, right? He brings just this extra bit of scrambling when he gets late in these plays, as opposed to giving the ball away like he was earlier in the year. He's going to break the pocket and take off running. So he's doing multiple different things right, but I think the number one thing for me is a trust in what Sean Payton wants him to do.
Now, do you think he's doing enough of the right things, though, to go against one of the top defenses in the NFL, right? Spagnuolo was talking about him earlier today. He was saying, for a rookie quarterback, can't we just get one that's not as athletic? It's always tough to go against them when they're so mobile. This is a guy who's coming into Arrowhead, which is a hard environment to play in, and he's also going up against a Spags defense. How do you see him pairing against that?
I think if I'm the Broncos, I have bigger concerns about how the guys on the outside are going to get open. Again, Nix is a very good decision maker. Even last week playing a very good team like the Ravens, he didn't really give the ball away. His one interception wasn't really his fault. I think it's more, I expect the Chiefs to challenge their receivers because outside of Cortland Sutton, there's a lot of young guys out there who are having a hard time separating, especially downfield, and really having a hard time just getting anything vertical going. It's been a very conservative passing game from a conservative rookie passer. So I expect the Chiefs to challenge Nix. I think they're going to run a lot of press coverage, a lot of man coverage, and try to challenge Nix to throw it down the field over their heads.
All right, so Spagnuolo is 11-1 against rookie quarterbacks. We'll have to see how things pan out. Let's go to the other side of the ball for Denver. Their defense is, lights out. They play a great style of ball, and right now, I don't want to say that the Chiefs' offense isn't rolling, but it's been a little different this season. Although they look to be finding that identity, and they look as if they're having better progress in third down situations as well as the red zone. It still isn't as flashy, maybe as most NFL fans are used to seeing. How do you see the Chiefs' offense going against Denver's defense?
I think the Chiefs' offense is starting to find a role, and what you've seen the last 2 weeks is a much heavier emphasis on Travis Kelce, right? We know they can't win a Super Bowl unless Travis Kelce is Travis Kelce. I see that early in the games, they're getting him more involved, and then as you see the layers being added to their passing game later in these last two games especially, then they're using Kelce then you get him as a decoy, right? You get linebackers and people in the middle of the field stepping towards him. That's when DeAndre Hopkins gets open. That's when Justin Watson gets open. That's when Noah Gray gets open. So I think the greater emphasis on Travis Kelce, especially last week, I really think against Tampa, they turned the corner in this passing game where now it's like, okay, this is what it was supposed to look like. Say when Rashee Rice was healthy, right? Now we got the big game out of Hopkins. We got a lot of catches out of Kelce. And kind of the thought that I had too was, man, what is this going to look like when Isaiah Pacheco gets back? Just it's starting to. I really think the last two games with Hopkins in there, it's starting to come together. But this Denver team is really good in coverage. They're very disciplined and they don't give up a lot of big plays. So I think it is going to take some level of patience again early in these games. In this game specifically, from Patrick Mahomes to set up those deep shots instead of forcing them early in games. He's done a good job of that the last 2 weeks. He keeps it up this week. He could have another good one.
You mentioned it, the identity. They're starting to find something. Matt Nagy was talking about that at the podium on Thursday, just how Kansas City's offense seems to really start to find that stride. And you mentioned it, Pacheco. When Pop comes back, and that should potentially be here soon, it's going to be the run game, man. Hopefully electric for Chiefs fans. Let's talk a little bit more about who the win matters for most. Now, Kansas City's looking to improve to 9-0 on the season, right? They hope to go into Buffalo the next week undefeated as well. Denver is looking to win back-to-back against the back-to-back champs. What do you think a win for each franchise would mean?
I think for the Chiefs, every win, because they already have, at least a 2-game cushion for that number 1 seed. Yeah. Every win for the Chiefs just creeps them closer to that, right? You mentioned it going undefeated into a big game against Buffalo next week. I think every win is going to be big. If they can get themselves to 14 or 15, I know all the talk is about running the table here, but we'll do that one week at a time. It's that number 1 seed, and it's getting to play every week in the playoffs at Arrowhead, right? And I think for Denver, this is a crucial game. They're all crucial when you're right on that precipice of playoff contention, like Denver is. I believe they're the 7th seed right now, but it's also a game where it would still be considered an upset if they win, right? So just like last week, I think Denver's playing with a little bit of house money here, but with their defense and with the way Nix has played for the last month or so, they do have a shot to win this game, and it would be massive for their wild card chances if they did pull this one off.
All right, well, I think this noon game is going to be pretty exciting for people to tune into on Sunday, another AFC West battle. For the Chiefs, Dalton, as always, we appreciate your expertise, and I know we'll be checking in with you later this season.
Of course, I appreciate you guys having me on, as always.
Alrighty, folks, that does it for another episode of Chiefs News Daily. As always, we'll be back again after the weekend. In the meantime, like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. Have a great rest of your Friday. We'll see you back here on Monday.